This is a particularly adequate moment to look at ourselves and to ask difficult questions together on the dramatic increase, surprising increase in anti-Semitic events in the world, in Europe and in Italy. How is it possible that universities that are supposed to be a safe space for research, that are responsible for the education of our future leaders, have become a place that develops polarization, in some cases very artificial, superficial position, and a place for activity that promote hate speeches, and anti-Semitism. How is it possible the streets throughout the cities of Europe, including Italy, have become a safe place for people who support terrorism, for people who promote Hamas, for people who promote terrorist fundamentalism, fundamentalistic terrorism, and a dangerous place for Jews and Israelis to wear their symbols. I listen very carefully to those leaders who are talking about the problem of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, and I respect that. But in the last few weeks, to the extent that I am aware of, I haven't seen the Muslim community being concerned or afraid in Italy to wear Muslim symbols, to identify, in some cases with Hamas and definitely with Palestine and Intifada and violence. And I did see and know that the Jewish communities and all the Israeli people in Italy are afraid to go in the streets, and they want to hide the Jewish symbols, etc. How is it possible in 2023, after the massacre that Hamas did in Gaza, after we've all seen the effort of Israel to distinguish between civilian population and terrorists, in the effort of Hamas to use civilian population and human shields, to use hospitals, to use ambulances, to use schools and UN facilities for military infrastructure, yet it is Jews and Israelis that are afraid to go in the streets in the University of Italy, and it is people who support Hamas that are not concerned of showing their support for Hamas. What is the responsibility of the rectors and the administration of the different universities? On the local administration, the Sindaco, on the regional administration? Is the very, very loud silence that we hear and see on a daily basis the best way to deal with this phenomenon? Is it possible to leave all this challenge to the police and the legal system? Is the legal system even capable of seriously dealing with this on such a large scale? It is very important that the meeting, Convenio, our friend Giulio Terzi has initiated, will deal with this question. I don't pretend to have full answers for them. But we need to deal with these questions, and we need to try to develop some answer, or at least start with the effort of developing some answers. If we want to live, to continue to live, to continue to maintain our way of life, if we want to continue to maintain our shared values, we cannot ignore this. And we must develop different means to deal with this phenomenon. So again, thank you, Senator, and thank all of you for participating in the conference.